this is me in the natural lighting, showing you the finished look of this makeup. So today we are doing a full face of makeup tutorial for beginners. Please do keep on watching. So for beginners, if you want to start your makeup, you have to trim your brows first, because it will make drawing your brows really easy. And trimming, I don't mean you should go to where that they will take off all your brows. Just trim it down here a little bit, then cut the top side so that you can draw that perfect line. After trimming the brows, I go in with this my bronzing shade, the powder, coming out with my spoolie. If you don't have a spoolie, you can wash your mascara one. For the brow lining, I'm using Davis number 3 eye pencil. You guys have seen like the trimming of the brows, right? See how the brows is now looking very nice and it's really easy. I have very sparse brows, so when it start growing, like I have sparse brows that grow scarcely, so I have to trim it always so that I'll have that perfect finish. So when I'm done outlining, I start filling in the brows. When I come to this side, I just draw hair like trans. Use a very sharp pencil to draw hair like trans. That's what I do. For cleaning out my lower brow, I'm using that flat brush, my bronzing shade, and my concealer shade. I start off with my bronzing shade first because I'm always bronzing towards the side, so no need to use the concealer then I cover it up. No, that will be building up product. So I go in with the bronzing shade to clean out that side, then use my concealer for my brow bone area because I want those places highlighted. Then for the top of my brows, I'm using my foundation. When I use my foundation, it's usually easy to blend out. And guys, after doing this, if you see that there's other areas you need to fill, take in your pencil and fill it in. So for my eyeshadow base, I'm going in with that Flawless Ivy Camouflage Concealer, the one I showed you. Applying this on my lid area, blending it out, then set it in with my setting powder so that it will avoid creasing. The eyes creases very badly. So for my first shadow, I'm going in with that brown, using a very flat fluffy brush, blend it all out. Then with this black shade for my crease, go in with this burgundy shade to soften that black. You know the black is always harsh, so I wanted to soften the black. I don't want it to be black. So I use it to soften the black, take it into my lower and my crease area, then use this orange to blend everything out. You blend. So I'm using that shimmer for my main color, applying this using a flat brush. Go back with that flat brush and the other brush that I used to blend that to this thing so that it will be one. Go in to line my eyes. Now onto the face. We are pausing for the eyes now. I'm going in with my moisturizer. Guys, I told you, you have to moisturize. If you notice, when I started, my face was white. Go in with the primer. You need to minimize those pores, and this primer said it to minimize the pores, so we have to minimize the pores. For my foundation, I'm missing the 2 shades. Today I will get a perfect shade for my skin tone mini foundation. I'll be very happy. Now, some of us are not that lucky that we have to always mix our foundation. I have that Flawless in Nutmeg. It's not my shade. When I apply it, I'm looking so white. But if I mix these two, Comes out real nice. And I don't apply going to my forehead. Please, when you're applying, apply your jaw too. So I'm using that bronzing shade I showed you guys before to bronze my cheek and my hairline too. You have to bronze the hair so that it not look like you have a marks, like there will be that demarcation between the foundation and your hair. So I'm building that up. Guys, my hairline is coming back. It's up to 6 months. I've not braided. I've not do serious braiding. So for beginners, while applying your concealer, apply and blend. Apply and blend, because you don't know if there are some concealers that dries up very fast. If you apply it to blend it out, like when you apply it all over before you start blending, when you start, it will be problem for you to blend out because it has dried up. So when you apply, you blend. Apply, you blend. So I apply under my eyes, the bridge of my nose, my forehead and my chin. Then I blend it out. Like I'll apply, I'll blend, I'll apply, I'll blend, like I told you guys. I think this one is really beginner makeup. So I'm showing you what I'm doing, so I'm doing it too. I'm using that for my blush. Guys, I like liquid blush. Powdered blushes doesn't stay long. I think I've said this before. Powdered blushes doesn't stay long. So I prefer liquid blushes. Sometimes I will not even go in with powder anymore. If I apply this liquid, that's enough. This one was so, and for me, blush is never enough. Or it's never too much. So this one I'll blend it out so to soften up. It was looking really harsh, I'll blend it all out. So I'm setting up my conceal areas. Guys, you see, I'm not baking yet. If you're a fan of baking, you can bake after you've set. But I take the powder, I dust out the excess on the back of my hands, then apply the remaining one. So for my contour, to set my contour area, I'm using that shade, using a dabbing motion. I'm dabbing it too, using a dabbing motion for it. Then I go in with my finishing powder too. This one I rub all over my face. So it's been long I did a powdered contour. So I'm contouring my nose today with the shade I showed you guys before. And I'm going just one shade darker than my skin tone. It's just like I'm even highlighting. So when you're using I now line my waterline. Some people, this thing always brings tears, like they'll start crying. Smoke out my under eye area. My last video, I think I lost this clip. That's why I really said I'm going to show you guys this time around. And guys, for beginners, if you're using this classic lash glue, try out this method. For other glues, I don't know. This one, because I'll just use it for that day. After that, I'll just get it off. So I apply my lashes, puff it on, press it with my natural lashes so that they will all blend in. This is when NEPA striked, so I had to go outside to finish, set my whole face, line my lips. I like how those lips came out today. I wasn't really expecting that this lip would be this good. Then go in with the shade. I didn't know that this combo, like I was like, oh, this combo is here and I haven't used it before. So guys, this is the final look out in the sun, or out using the natural light because NEPA striked. So guys, please don't forget to subscribe. If you're gonna beat them, share your thoughts. Let's talk about it. Till the next video. Bye.